What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Here's just two quick clips from the offense I will be showing you today, just to show you that I run it in game and it is very effective. If you want these two setups, I suggest you stay to the end of the video. You can skip around, feel free, or just take the quick little as you see the diagram of the play that I just ran. Yeah. What's going on, YouTube? Back here with another video. Today we're talking offense. So I know my last video was a defensive video. I want to say thank you to everybody in the comments. You don't know how much this really means to me, genuinely. I seen the guy that was asking about gun bunch strong, how to defend it, and how to defend trips. I'm trying to get more reps against it because I feel like with gun bunch strong, you can't really run match. So you have to get really creative with your adjustments. And so I'm trying to find a way to where I have a solidified defense, because I really just rely kind of on my user and the creative adjustments I make on the fly in game against bunch strong when somebody goes there. But a lot of people like to start off in gun bunch and motion to gun bunch strong, which is something you always got to be prepared for. Now, when it comes to guarding trips, I like a lot of cover six and palms coverage. I'm gonna give you an in-depth video of and then also like the mix and cover 9 as well. But I'll give you an in-depth video. But today I'm going to focus on an offense. Now, this is out of the Eagles playbook, which also has gun bunch, offset and bunch strong for the meta people. I'm not a guy that like to run a lot of meta. This formation, I kind of, I started in the beginning of the year running this, but as of right now, I don't say I have one offense that I run the most. I like to, dabble into a couple different offenses so that, to keep the game fresh. Now, that's kind of a long intro. Sorry. Let's get into the meat of the video. These are what I use my audibles. I don't really run the ball. If you do run the ball, there's a read option and an RPO that you can replace for any one of these plays. If I'm going to replace anyone, it's probably going to be HB angle. However, I like my setup just like this because these 4 plays I'm going to break down for you guys. Setups I like to use. And yeah, they're very good against meta defenses. So other plays, again, I told you, it's the RPO here. You have Dagger, read option, PA fork. These are all 3 good plays as well. If I do run the ball, or I want to chew clock, or I'm in a red zone, clock management, whatever, I will run a read option. Dagger, I don't run a whole lot. I don't think it's as great as it's been in the past, but Dagger is always a go-to, a simple go-to. Level still, another good play. As you see the plays on my audibles, verticals, outside zone, and screen. So let's start off in Dagger, and then let's just start off in a normal cover 3. So Dagger this year, like I said, it's not as great. However, if I do end up running Dagger, these are the adjustments I make. I streak my tight end, I flat my running back, and I put my slot on a whip, and I'm going to motion snap this guy. If you don't have Power Master, you can put the running back on a swing, or you can just keep him on this route right here. But the central route is to have the clear out with the crosser and then the backside dig. I just like the whip route and the flat because they give me quick options to the flat. If I'm getting blitzed and there's a zone blitz and they're not covering the flat or something like that. So what I'll do is I'll just motion them in slightly like this, and I'll snap the ball. That just gives me a little more real estate so where I could throw this as I get out of reach. But I'll run it one more time for you guys. So simple setup, it's just like this. But this just gives me a little more room. And I like motion whips against man coverage. I don't know why I'm getting such bad pass leads, but in game, he doesn't do this. And you can easily catch it like this. Here you go. Boom. Take your yards. If they don't play hard flats, you get even more. Then, of course, same setup. You have your crosser. This is the route you want to hit. Now, right there, he's getting matched. And it's not common that you see a lot of stock cover 3 match like this. I'm going to instant replay. This is not a common coverage. However, if he does, shut that guy down, and let's say that is the user, and the user takes that, as you see, the backside dig is coming wide open. Another reason I love this whip route is look what it does to the hook defender. You see the hook defender is now vacating the middle of the field, opening up all this space for this dig to be thrown. So here, I'll run it without the motion, and you'll see the hook defender sit in the window of the dig. So let's see. Boom. If I was to go and throw that, Carmichael was sitting there to pick that ball off every single time. So again, I might have run it one more time, and I'll do the motion again, and this time I'll look to throw the dig. If I can get time in the pocket, you know how pass rush sheds are. Let's just run it one more time, and boom. And that's what you want to look for, and now you get busy after the catch. Okay, so now that we went over Dagger, the next play I will start in with Y out and up. What's unique about this play is corner out. It's a sharp corner. It's not like the Hot Rod Master, right? This is a Hot Rod Master corner out. You see the difference. The sharp corners get underneath of the deep out zone KO meta that is out there. So how I like to set this up is to take the outside receiver, which is Jackson, and I like to put him on a post. Now, if you don't have Hot Rod Master, a streak may work. It should work, but I like to put them on a post because it pulls the outside thirds inside a little much. I mean, a little more, excuse me. Then I take this guy, I either put him in a flat to make a simple flood concept on the right, or a whip, which is still a flood concept. It just takes the user's attention more, and I feel like you're able to throw whip routes more before they get to the flat. So backside, if you don't have Hot Rod Master, a concept, a flat streak, flat wheel might be decent. Maybe even like a curl swing. I like to do a post with a curl like this, something like this, just to keep the user honest. So let's just run this like this, and you can probably hit your whip, but I'm going to highball that as I highball and drop that. But as you see, there's so much real estate on this sideline. Now, right now, I have mid-zone KO, not deep out on my corners because I was, kind of labbing something. But more times than not, he will not, well, not more times. He will never make a play. You see, if you look at how deep he is getting, there's so much room to make this throw. Now, you can L2 it, you can highball it, you can just pass lead it to the sideline if that's what you want to do, if you're comfortable doing that. But that's why I say I really like the post. The post route pulls him inside. Now, a regular streak is going to pull him deep, but it's not going to pull him like inside, deep and inside to open up the sideline more. So here, I threw that a little early, but as you see, easy completion. And that's why I love this route. It's also decent against man. It's not the best, but it's decent against man. But another setup you can use. Now before I get to this, you always want to recognize the nickel. So the nickel over Smitty, if you see that he's getting hands on, that you can always do like an out route, like a whip route. A 3-level stretch like this also is something I'll run, and that's usually to throw that route right there. I want to get more yards, obviously, but that's an option. And then you can always just go like this is just, it doesn't matter what play you run. If you run this route combo right here, if you see that they're repeatedly pressing your slot, put them on a streak and put the outside on an out route. And then what you want to do is smart route the out route. And that's how you get them this deep. Backside doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to focus to show you the out route. And I throw hundreds of out routes and whip routes to my number one receiver for teams or players that like to sit in a lot of zone blitz, deep out KOs and outside, don't respect the flat. Killers, killers, killers. So another thing you can do with this play is if you want to, motion this guy over and turn it into like a little short post, then maybe like a clear out over the middle with a high-low. And so what I'll do is I'll have a crosser and then flat. So it's like a post from your outside receiver, or I'll do like double post like this. You have something underneath in the flat, and as you see, the spacing of this is pretty decent. So let's just run the crosser first, and my goal is just take what your defense gives me. So I'll go into instant replay and show you. So right here, I probably should have took my flat. Anytime you see this guy gets jammed like that, flat's easy. But, I wanted to let everything develop for you guys. And so the thing about hitting this flat quick is you see when he reroutes this guy, it kind of makes these two reads a little muddy. The spacing isn't where you want it. It's not ideal spacing. It's not terrible, not ideal. So if their hooks, and then if their hooks are getting that deep, this little in route, like, killers, I'm telling you. Zone coverage, you can't really run zone coverage against this offense. The best you'll have is defense. I don't even know what I just said. The best chance you have is playing man defense. Excuse me. So now let's get the Eagles post rail. This is one of my favorite plays in the game. There's so many setups that I like to use. My main two are this. I mean, three. Let's start off with setup one. Is to take this most inner guy and just streak him and just run it. You can run it just like this, and the goal is to hit this post when the user comes down. Um, oh, last thing, excuse me. I put this corner on a comeback route. That is to move the flat defender and the outside third outside. Just gonna open this up for a nice little gain right there. All I want to do is, and as you see, the spacing between the inner route and the post route is phenomenal. If the user somehow does guard this, right? If he's using this left guy and he's taking this post away, look how much space you have to catch this on the run, you know, and turn up field, get crazy. Let's say he's using this guy, right? And he takes away the inner route. Well, then, as you see, we thrown this post wide open, uncontested, big chunk yards. So that play right there is it's beautiful. And another setup I have here, right? It's to motion the outside receiver and put this the point guy. He becomes the outside now on a streak. Now it's a flood concept on the right, and then like a spacing concept on the left. So I'm not going to throw it here, but the out route on the left is wide, and then what you want is that corner route. So let's go into instant replay, and I can show you. As you see, if I wanted to throw the out route quick left, you can do it all the time. When you kill them with these baby little out routes and you take them for 10 yards, it makes them like, okay, now I got to respect the flat. And that opens up everything deep. Now, because he gets hands-on, he kind of gets in the way of the wheel, so the wheel's not really there. But let's say that the user's on the left, right? He's taking away the post. This corner route is money. You see? If they don't have a deep flat, the corner route is money. If they do have a deep flat, then you attack underneath. Obviously, always adjust to your opponent, but you also have that post coming over the middle. You can throw that as well because that clear out by Devontae Smith last play, he clears out the outside third and the inside third. So that's another setup. Then another setup you can do is maybe like you want to do a double post, right? So put one post going one way, one post going the other way. If I ever run that, I'll do probably the same motion, right? But I'll do it like this. This is only really if you have Power Master. If you don't, then I recommend doing a slant route, and it'll be like this, which is still decent. No, flat is open. Probably should have took my flat. I'm going to take it now. Still get 5. I throw my flat late. Still get 5, 6 yards. That's why I kind of like the short post because it gets a little deeper. You space the floor a little bit more, but the post to the tight end is still there. And it's a good spacing concept. Now, HB angle. This is more so against two high coverages that like to play deep sidelines, right? That little ankle route is always money, but most players they like to run the double Mabel cover two kind of defense, and this takes advantage of this. This takes advantage of that kind of defense because the user has to either play this little out route here to the number 3. When he gets inside, he gets that inside release. Now, actually, I threw that and completed. That hook curl defender has to kind of respect that more. That opens up the middle of the field to the running back on this angle route. But this is more of a play that is when your opponent is getting really adjusty or if they're trying to protect the sidelines. This is a good play to mix up. And then for those who stayed to this part of the video, this is my favorite play in the game. And it's because you can attack so many different defenses with it. So if I'm expecting cover 3, right, I'm going to take this innermost receiver and streak him. The outside receiver, I like to put him on a comeback route, right? If you don't have Power Master, you might want to motion this guy out, put him on a comeback. But if you do, a corner route works, and then you want to put your running back on a Texas. Again, if you don't have Power Master, an in route works as well. And this running back route is mostly to hold the user. You want to hold the user, give the user something else to play, right? And the route you want to hit, if I can have time. So the route you want to hit is this route to Devontae Smith. At the beginning of this video, I'll probably drop a clip, of this. As you see, I didn't have the time because the pass rush sheds. But again, I told you if they're jamming your slot receivers, just destroy the sideline until they put hard flats on the field. So this doesn't happen. So what happened is he got jammed, and so by the time he got open, or he will be getting open, there was pressure. It's fine though. Hopefully I can run it again for you guys. Okay, and I'll just slide left. Maybe hopefully they can slide left, and I can get a little more time in the pocket. And as you see right there, that little pocket right there, sometimes you can catch that ball and take it the whole distance. But that pocket right there is what you want to do. That's where you want to hit your guy, you know? And even then, like, look at the running back. Look at all this space, you know? Especially you attack that all game, force to use. The user is going to be conditioned to coming up, probably thinking, oh, the left hook curl, you know, he got this. He does not got this, buddy. Unless you have a 30-yard 30-yard hook curl, which not a lot of people do, you should have this almost all game. You can even probably pass lead that comeback route if you want, but, you know, the money route, it's that right there. And that's such a tender spot in any zone. So now quickly, I'm gonna just go. If somebody's running cover two, I'm gonna give y'all that play against cover two. So let's flip it. Let's just do a Tampa two. And so the setup for Tampa two, if you know you're in Tampa two, there's two setups. You can take one, it's to hitch your receiver instead of streaking. Last time we had him on a streak, this time it's a hitch, right? And then you want to take Deshaun Jackson and put him on a fade. So this is the route combo. You know, and what should happen is, okay, so versus Tampa 2, right? As you see right there, it's throwable. That's not a read you want to make live on, right? So if they have a mid read, this is something you have to recognize. If they have a mid read on the field, right, this is not the route combo to bomb. Now here, what you likely would do is maybe hit the sideline fade or hit the hitch, one of the underneath routes. But as you see, I can still complete it. So if you're expecting, you know, a Tampa 2 with a mid read on the field, all you really want to do is take the most inner receiver or either one of the slot receivers and put them on a corner route. And then I like the either smart route or re-put Deshaun on a post. And then again, I'll do the corner route, the hitch, everything else is the same. And so what happens here is you'll have the middle of the field wide open to attack. And that's going to force them to put an inside third. And when they put the inside third, then you just go back to the same cover three beating concept with the street, right, corner, comeback route, or if it's still too high, you know, you can throw a fade out there if you want. And just this time you can just run it just like this. And now you're picking over the middle. Does he take, you know, he does. He does end up pinning off. Safety makes a play. But I'm sure there's so many people open on this play. I'm just trying to show you, you know, the route combo. I'm not going to make the perfect read right here because I'm not really, you know, focused on doing that. But I just want to show you everything that gets open. Fade down the sideline, hit the money shot. You can low-key maybe even hit the streak down the middle of the field. Not a lot of people play this mid read anyway, though. So let's just pretend if that's the user, most users are going to come down on the running back. If they don't, take that running back almost every time. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.